Today I'm doing a special live broadcast. Let me just check it's all working. I can't see myself come up, so let me just... Yes, I'm there. Okay. Is it working all right? Just double check. Yes. All right. So I'm doing a special live broadcast today about going sugar-free. So as you may know, I'm doing my next sugar-free challenge on Monday, the 27th of April. And I wanted to answer all your questions that you might have about it, about any worries or concerns you've got, especially considering we're all cocooning at the moment and how that might make it a little bit different. And I wanted to answer any of your questions you might have about what it does for you, what you might feel like going through it if you haven't done it before, or maybe you have done it before, but you want to know how this might be a little bit different to what you've done before. So we've been talking about this for the last week now, and there's been loads of comments on various posts that I've got, and I want to cover them as well because there's been some quite interesting comments come up, as there always is. There's been some naysaying, there's been some really, really positive points, but I want to kind of cover everything in today's live podcast. So on Monday, we're doing the sugar-free challenge. It's a 5-day challenge to help you go sugar-free, and this is just processed sugars. And a lot of the time, I get questions about that. What does that mean? And how is it that you can go processed sugar-free but not fruit sugar-free and it's still beneficial? Don't all sugars act the same within your body? Well, they really don't. And the reason that I can tell you this in a very simplistic term is that if you've been on my sugar-free challenges, you'll know that people get incredible results in just 5 days. In fact, yesterday I posted a new page that showcased a lot of the screen grabs that I got from the past sugar-free challenges I've done, and it's really fascinating if you have a look through that, if you have a chance. And I just wanted to put that all together because people get such amazing results. I thought, well, I really want to just bundle these all together on one page and just show people, look, this is what you can achieve. And if you have signed up to the sugar-free challenge and you haven't done it before, have a look at that page. It's the body, it was a bit of a mouthful, sorry. It's theBodyRescuePlan.com/sugar-free testimonials. And I just want you to have a look at that if you are going to do it and get really, really excited, because these are all people who've had sugar addictions, who are really dependent on sugar, or maybe they're not dependent on sugar, but they just don't realize what sugar's in, you know, they don't understand how many foods sugar is in. But there are some people who are real hard addicts, who get really bad sugar cravings, who suffer with pain, suffer with digestive problems, and they see an enormous difference in just 5 days. So check out that page. It's theBodyRescuePlan.com/sugar-free testimonials. That will get you incredibly excited. But I'll go through a few of what people have said on there. I've kind of sectioned it out because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So I've kind of sectioned it out into people who talk about the fact that their pain reduces really quickly. One lady said her pain went in 1 day. And this is pain from, you know, aches and pains that you wake up in the morning that we think are normal to wake up to arthritis, osteoarthritis. I'm talking about IS, you know, IS means inflammatory, it means inflamed. And so anything ending in is, whether it's psoriasis, dermatitis, it's all due to inflammation in your body. And the best way to reduce inflammation in your body is to reduce the amount of sugar that you're having. You will notice a difference, and I'm not talking about fruit, I'm talking about processed sugars. You will notice a difference really quickly because sugar causes inflammation in your body, and when you take it out of your diet, even just for a few days, you notice that everything starts to reduce, the swelling starts to reduce, the inflammation in your gut, the inflammation in your skin, in your hair, everywhere, in your hair follicles. So if you notice that you if feeling a little bit inflamed, a little bit bloated, irritation in your skin, reducing sugar can really enormously help. So there's pain. We talk about pain. We talk about skin. In the testimonials, there's loads of ones about skin, how people's skin improved really quickly. When you have a lot of sugar, actually, it ages you as well. It causes wrinkles. And so when you reduce it, you can notice quite quickly that your skin really improves. Just not even if you haven't got a skin problem, but just the quality of your skin improves. You are more hydrated. Sugar, having a lot of sugar or having sugar regularly can cause dehydration within your skin, which causes wrinkles. And so you may notice a sort of plumpness in your skin very quickly. What else did they talk about in there? Well, the biggest testimonial in there is about weight loss. So I'm talking about a page I created for a lot of past people who've done my sugar-free challenges over the years. About 150,000 people have done it now. And yeah, the biggest thing that people talk about is their weight loss. They just cannot believe that they can lose weight just by giving up sugar. And so people typically lose around 5 pounds is around the average if you need to lose weight. Some people lose a couple of pounds, some people lose up to 10 pounds, but 5 pounds seems to be the average. And I often get people ask me, oh, I do Weight Watchers, I do Slimming World, I can't really have nuts because it's high in my sins or my points. But the thing is, if you follow this just for 5 days and just ignore what you're normally on, just following it for 5 days, you'll notice that it will dramatically improve your weight loss. And the reason we don't look at calories, we don't look at fat, we don't look at any of that. The reason is you're putting loads of nourishment into your body. So for the 5-day sugar-free challenge, it's all about just completely bombarding your body full of nutrients, because often we have a low metabolic rate because we are nutrient deficient. Often we just, a lot of the time, if you look at the things people are saying is, oh my God, I never can lose weight. I can't believe this can happen. This is unbelievable. And the reason is, if you eat a lot of low-calorie foods, a lot of low-fat foods, they often are nutrient deficient. They're often actually high in sugar. And sugar has absolutely zero nutrients, absolutely none, zero, none. So we can often have a diet where we think, oh, this is healthy because it's low in calories or low in fat. And what they do is they just put a load of sugar in to make it taste nice and to make you want more of it, because sugar is very addictive. But it's got no nutrients. So when we have no nutrients in our body, it's very hard for our body to behave as it should, as efficiently as it should. So that affects our metabolic rate, it affects our digestion, it affects how our circulatory, it affects everything. We need nutrients in our body. So people often say, oh my God, I've lost so much weight just by giving up sugar. I cannot believe it. So that's really exciting. Hello, everybody joining me. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Morag. Hi, Christiane. Going to join you again on Monday. That's awesome, Morag. I'm really, really excited. Samantha, I don't think I'm sugar dependent. Well, I see results. Well, that's a really interesting question, because that's a question that comes up a lot. Like, why do I need to bother doing this? I don't feel particularly addicted to sugar. Is it necessary for me to do it? And what people often find is they just don't realize how much sugar is in everything. So even if you don't feel particularly sugar dependent, it might be that you're naturally having sugar anyway. For instance, a lot of tinned food has sugar in, a lot of bottled food has sugar in, like most sauces, most packaged soups have sugar in. Processed sugars I'm talking about, I'm not talking about naturally occurring sugars like fruit and like honey and all of that. I'm just talking about white sugar, processed sugar. Or a lot of packaged food has sugar in. So it could be that you just don't realize that you've got sugar in your diet regularly. And then the moment you take that out, even though you're not addicted to it, you feel so much better. Another thing that came up a lot on the testimonial page, check it out, it's thebodyrecipe.com/sugar-free testimonials. I don't know why I've made that so long, but anyway, Another thing that came up is energy. People feel like they've got so much more energy. So even if you're not addicted to sugar or dependent on sugar, it could be that you're just low in energy and you're not feeling that great. You know, you feel a bit lethargic. So by quitting sugar, it means that you have much better energy because you're not relying on the highs and lows with your blood sugar levels going all over the place and having to get more sugar to pep you up again. Another thing people say is that they get much better sleep very quickly, like within a few days, again, due to the high blood sugars going all over the place, but also because sugar has no nutrients in. So they're replacing sugar with something that's more nutritious, and that's helping you get sustained energy out throughout the day, which means you can sleep better at night. But, you know, even if you're not sugar dependent, but you maybe have sugar in your diet, by not having sugar in your diet, it means that you're going to have a better immune system. It means you're going to be healthier, stronger, better digestion. You know, it's healthier all round. So yeah, it's a really good idea to quit it even for 5 days. Who else have we got here? Samantha. Oh, I just read yours, sorry. Anne, hi Anne. Looking forward to rebooting. Awesome, Anne, that's great. It'd be great to see you in there. Gail, hi Gail in Body Scotland. Hello, Gail. Helen, hi Christiane, love the Sugar Free Challenge, had great results last year and I want to continue making permanent changes to my lifestyle. That's awesome, Helen, that's really great to hear. Thank you for sharing that. And maybe Helen, share what it did for you. You know, what was the point in going sugar free? Because that's really what I want to talk about today. Like, what is the point? Jeanette, hello, morning. Marianne, just joined. Hope to catch up on the bit I missed earlier. Oh, no problem. Trisha, morning, Christiane. Looking forward to doing this again and getting my mojo back. Yeah, absolutely. It does get your mojo back. It gets your energy back. And even your libido mojo back. It can help that too. Hey, Dee. Hello, Joanne. Hi, Sue. Love getting back on the body rescue. Oh, thank you, Sue. So, what else is on that testimonial page? Sleep, digestion. People talk about their digestion improving. So, if you've got IBS or if you've got any digestive problems, diverticulitis, colitis, you know, all of these things, they're all inflammatory problems. So, reducing sugar can really help. And when you have digestive problems, it can also mean that you don't absorb nutrients as efficiently as someone without digestion problems have. So when you reduce sugar and you really reduce that inflammation, it can also really improve the amount of nutrients that you're absorbing into your body. And when you do that, well, then you feel 1,000,000 times better. Your energy improves, your skin's better, and so on. So really, really huge benefits. Hello, Melanie. Hi, first time listening, and hopefully I'm going to do something. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, the Sugar Free Challenge starts on Monday. If you want to sign up to it, I didn't put the link in here, sorry, but it is thebodyrescueplan.com/sugar. Now, I want to answer a few questions about the whole COVID thing as well, because that's come up quite a bit. Some of you, when you sign up, you get an email straight away giving you a list of ingredients to go out and buy. And they're not many. There's about, I don't know, 10 or 11. There aren't many. And they're normal staple ingredients. There's nothing particularly unusual in there, apart from a couple of greens powders, but you can get that from any supermarket now. However, some people are saying to me, first of all, I can't afford to buy the ingredients. Well, the ingredients are not expensive ingredients and you can get them from any supermarket and they're probably what you're going to buy anyway. And the other thing that people are saying to me is, I'm in isolation. I'm only shopping like once every 2 weeks, or I'm only getting my food delivery once or 2 weeks. Don't worry. Just use what you have in the house, because I am really good at giving you alternative ideas. So that's not a problem. We can give alternatives. However, the Sugar Free Challenge starts on the 27th of April, but we are open now. And we're going to start officially on Monday, and we're going to stay open for 2 weeks from yesterday. So there is also plenty of time. And also, it's not just about diet. It's not just about, I don't put you on a diet, by the way. I just give you some really amazing snacks to make that help you go sugar-free. But you can have your normal diet, just we're going sugar-free. I do also give several meal plans as well, though, if you want to use them. You know, if you're feeling creative and you're like, yeah, I want to go for this, make some yummy plans, I also give you that as an option too. Having said all that, though, if you have no ingredients in your house that you can get, we also cover loads of mindset work. And this is really, really important when you're trying to give up anything that you feel you're a little bit addicted to. Because when we really rely on something to give us a high, to take us through the day, to help us solve issues, it's really important that we work on our mindset to go around it. Now, often on these comments, I get people saying, well, you know, wow, why are you doing a sugar-free challenge? Why can't people just go sugar-free? I've gone sugar-free for the last 20 years. Why do people need help? Well, they do, because it's an addictive substance. But also, when you're in a group environment, being supported by me as your mentor, but also by everybody in there supporting each other, it creates a really strong unity and connection and buzz. And so even if you don't have any of the ingredients, you've still got that beautiful, incredible environment. And it's an amazing environment to be in. But also, did you know that when you're addicted to something like sugar, you're addicted to it because it's also physically, but also because it's releasing dopamine, you know, the hot hormone, the hormone that makes you feel woohoo, on fire. And the problem with that is that your dopamine receptors get released, but when the dopamine's released when you have your hit of sugar, it needs a little bit more over a period of time. So you might find that when you first started out on your sugar journey, the hit was enough with one Kit Kat or one Mars bar. And then the dopamine hit gets less and less and less. So you actually need more and more and more if you're relying on that dopamine hit. And that might means that, oh, one Mars bar, I don't feel anything. I need two now to get my high, to get my fix. And what we're doing in a group environment, when we're all supporting each other, when you've got me as your mentor leading you and saying, right, today we're going to do this, today we're going to do this, and this is a proven plan that works, it means that you're getting your dopamine hit from something else. And you're tuning into that. You're thinking, something else is rewarding me. Something else is making me feel good. And not only does it release dopamine when you're goal orientated, and you're thinking, right, I want to achieve this by this date, when you're goal orientated and you feel that that's happening, that releases dopamine. But also being in a group environment releases serotonin, which is also a feel-good hormone, and oxytocin, which is another feel-good hormone that it's related to love. And actually oxytocin is also related to having chocolate. But when you're in a group environment, you're loving each other and connected to each other, that releases all three: oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. And actually, the high that you get from that is even bigger than the high that you get from the sugar. And your brain starts to switch. It starts to understand that, like, this is actually making me feel better than sugar does. So it's a really, really exciting, positive environment to be in. And I know there are people out there who have the best willpower in the world and they don't need this. And you know, I get comments all the time, well, I've got great willpower, why do I need to do this? Why are you charging for this? Why do people need to bother, you know, going for this? Because some people don't have good willpower. Some people are really addicted. Some people are in a terrible, terrible negative state with this. And I really want to help them get out of it, because I know what I do works incredibly. Who have we got? Good morning from Germany. Hello, Gillian. Habenbacher. Am I saying that right? Habenbacher. I have a German name, but it's kind of 200 generations ago, not 200 generations ago, 200 years ago, my great-great-grandfather moved to the UK then. Libby, late. Was on a Zoom call. No, don't worry, I was a bit late as well, so that's fine. Miss our 6:30 a.m. chats. I bet you don't. I do, of course I do. Yvonne, hello, I followed your sugary challenge and toilet plan and never felt better. Unfortunately, I fell off the wagon due to personal issues. Poor excuse, really. Feeling really groggy due to sugar overload. looking forward to getting back on it. It's not a poor excuse at all. And look, we're all human and we can all fall off the wagon. And that's why I want to be there to support you and help you. Sugar is the most addictive substance on earth. It is so ridiculously addictive. So, and we know, and the problem is it's physically addictive and it's mentally addictive. And so, yes, we can fall off the wagon when something dramatic happens in our life. That often happens. So as we're in this situation with COVID-19 at the moment, people are stressed and anxious, and it's not even about stress and anxiety even, it's just change. When we have something that changes, our routine changes, it can make us become lazy in some areas of our life, and it can make us more focused in other areas of our life. And so it's a bit like, I said this the other day actually in one of my groups, like with this whole COVID-19, we are in a completely new dimension, and this means a new routine that we have to find. But it is only going to be temporary, and so in our mindset we think, well, it's only temporary, so it's a bit like a holiday in a way. Not that it's an enjoyable holiday necessarily, but in the sense that when you go on holiday, you're completely disrupting your routine, but it's temporary, so you'll come back and you'll get into your routine again. And this can feel that way. And I think actually it's better in our mindset to think about it just being the new normal, and we've got to find a new routine with it. Morning, Chris. Elizabeth Calderola, hello, lovely. That sounds like my story of on back to Sugar Free Challenge 27th. Looking forward to getting back on track. Yeah. Ali, hello from Portugal. Need to kick the sugar addiction. Ali, where are you in Portugal? We're in Portugal too. We're in the Algarve in Lagoa, Praia da Marinha. Hello, Lucy. Christiane, your strength and support is uplifting. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. Becky, hi Christiane, still 90% sugar-free, but I think stress makes me hang on to weight more. Yeah, well done for being 90% sugar-free. That's amazing. And look, I don't say that you have to be sugar-free for the rest of your life. I think 90% is fine actually, or even 80%, but just the majority of the time you're not relying on sugar. And the thing is, what I teach all the time with sugar is, if you can have sugar for pure pleasure and nothing else, 20% of your week, that's fine. But most people have sugar out of boredom, out of needing energy, out of subduing stress, for an energy boost. That they're not using sugar for anything but a drug. And when you're doing it like that, when you're using sugar like a drug, then that becomes a real problem. And then that becomes mentally reliant on it and then physically reliant on it. Oh, Pride to lose. Oh, okay, we're not far from you then. How are you getting on? People are behaving here, and the supermarkets aren't going too crazy. It's been okay. What else do I want to talk to you about? I have made a few notes. Oh, have I talked about everything? I think I have actually. Well, that's unusual for me. I'm going to talk for hours. So just to recap them, going sugar-free helps you gain more energy, reduce stress, improve your digestion, reduce inflammatory problems, gives you more energy, helps you sleep better, helps improve your skin, and it helps balance your hormones. And when you're in a group environment with the sugar-free challenge, it means that these hormones gets enhanced. The oxytocin, the serotonin, the dopamine, they all get enhanced, which means that you're far more likely to succeed. We have a really high success rate in the sugar-free challenge because we are in a very positive group environment and because what I teach works incredibly well. Yeah, very civilized here, exactly that. So if you haven't joined, it is thebodyrescueplan.com/sugar-free, thebodyrescueplan.com/sugar-free. We're going to start on Monday, but I'm letting you in now, so do come in, do have a chat with us, ask us any questions. Straight away you'll get a snack shopping list. We've got a couple of posts giving you a free meal plan as well, vegan and non-vegan. There's loads of gluten-free recipes as well if you need them. And there's loads of interaction on the group as well. It's buzzing already. So I can't wait. We're going to do loads of amazing mindset work with you next week, meditation. And we are in Portugal as well. So if you're in need of a bit of blue sky and scenery, we will show you that too. I do some of the meditations on the cliff top with the sea crashing against the cliffs, which is lovely. And yeah, you'll get some lovely, gorgeous scenery with it too. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I will see you soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.